Hello, it is Mac here, and today I'm going to talk about the night version of Zavod 3.11 for Battlefield 4 that was recently added in the summer patch for Battlefield 4. So if you have been keeping up with any of the news that has been going around with the CTE, and if you've been playing the CTE for Battlefield 4, you would know that over the past few months, DICE LA has been working on a few new maps for Battlefield 4, one of which was the night version for Zavod 3.11 called Zavod Graveyard Shift. Now this is taking the map Zavod 3.11 that is currently in Battlefield 4, which is a daytime map, it's a map set at day, basically turns it into a night map. Now the way they did this was change some of the lighting, and it was a fan creation that was done by Shadow6, and that happened quite a while ago, and DICE LA eventually decided to put a few maps into the CTE, test them out, and have a few lighting effects in them. I think they started out with Pearl Market for Halloween. Then they went on to like Operation Firestorm, Propaganda, then Gold Mud Railway, and Zavod 3.11. Then I think they even did Siege of Shanghai for a little bit, called that Infiltration of Shanghai. I'm not sure if they're ever going to bring us, the other maps like Gold Mud Railway and Siege of Shanghai at night and all those maps. But as of right now, they only have Zavod 3.11 in the vanilla game. But it's actually a very, very nice map, and I have never been the biggest fan of Zavod 3.11. It was an okay map, it was a decent, but it wasn't my absolute favorite map in the game. It was okay, but not great. But the night version of this map is actually kind of nice, and it really makes you think a little bit different about combat. Whenever you have to use FLIR sights, or the, infrared sights, or you have to use flashlights and stuff to see your enemy, because it's very dark. It's not like pretty much like any other map that's already in the game, like any other night maps like Dawnbreaker or Hangar 21. Like, sure, those maps are set at night, sure, it can be sometimes hard to see your enemy, a little bit harder than if it was daytime, but it's still not that hard to see your enemy, especially on Dawnbreaker. I guess technically that map eventually goes into daytime, but, even at the start of the map where it's still nighttime, it's still pretty easy to see your enemies. So, some of the night maps in Battlefield 4 have been kind of lackluster, and I feel like that's why a lot of people are really interested in, DICE LA adding in these maps that are, night maps. Now, don't go into this thinking that, like, the map's any different. Like, it's pretty much the exact same as, Zavod 3.11, with some minor changes. I think vehicles actually have lights on them and stuff like that. The only main difference is the lighting, and I think there's some areas where you can shoot out like the light bulbs and stuff to make the spots darker. And I really do like this, although I do have a few gripes with the map, and one is there's a lot of cover, and since this is transferred from the day version, there are a lot of points, especially in like buildings and stuff, where you can kind of get stuck on stuff. Personally, like, I found it very hard in sort of the middle of the map sometimes, where there were like these boxes and stuff. I wouldn't see them because it was so dark, and I didn't want to have my flashlight on because I wanted to like sneak around a little bit more, and it was kind of hard to see them, so I would get stuck, and I had to find what I got stuck on, and that kind of held up the gameplay a little bit. And it kind of got a little bit frustrating, like if I died while I got stuck on something. I'm sure with time you'll kind of know where stuff is and where those boxes are, and what spots you can get trapped on. But I'm not exactly sure if I really want DICE LA to add more maps that are set at night, because while it is nice, personally I don't really mind the maps being set at night, I don't want every map in the game to be set at night. There are some instances where I'm like, okay, it's a nice change of pace, but I don't really want every map in this game to really get set at night, if that makes any sense. But, it is a nice change of pace, and the best part about this is that it's free. You don't have to have premium, you don't have to have anything, and while it isn't the most content, it's still free, and it's very nice. And like I have said in this video, it does change the pace of the game, and it's actually kind of fun, especially with vehicles. Vehicles aren't really that powerful in this, and I guess on Zavod they weren't powerful really to begin with. You didn't really have jets on that map, and you didn't have an attack helicopter on the map and stuff. One other thing is the summer patch. Now, summer patch has gone live. I'm not really going to talk about that too much because I'll have a link down in the description if you want to go check out the patch notes. There weren't really as much fixes. Like, we didn't have many weapon balances and stuff that we saw in the spring patch or anything like that. Like, to be honest, we just didn't get much in the actual patches. Some things that I noticed were that the fake reload bug got actually fixed. That was on CT not too long ago. And yeah, that's actually fixed, which is actually kind of nice. And just a lot of other stuff. When there's a lot more exploits and stuff got fixed, which is nice, but it isn't that fancy or anything, for the patch notes at least. But if you would like to go check out the patch notes, I'll have them down in the description. Also, let me know your thoughts on the night map. Also, what other maps would you like to see that are from Battlefield 4 put into like a nighttime environment? Because with Zavod, I feel like that's a very popular map, and a lot of people really like it, it seems. So that's probably why they, decided to make it a nighttime map instead of like Altai Range or something. Not that Altai Range is really terrible, but it's not really a fan favorite. Also, I mean, it's a DLC map, so we'll have to see if they'll ever, like, do nighttime maps for, like, DLC maps and stuff, because, of course, those maps you have to pay for, and, the new patches and stuff for Battlefield 4, and all the new maps and stuff that they are adding, all the new guns, with the weapons crate and stuff, all those are free. So we'll have to see what happens, if they're ever going to do, like, DLC maps and stuff. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, and let me know, like, what maps you'd like to see turned into a nighttime map. So, hope you enjoy. Feedback is always appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video.